pure, glorious desirability. I'm comparing the XV1700 with the 2005 Harley Fat Boy.
Don't need it. Get on, don't know why. You do.
The noise of power, sex, glory, excitement, protection, loveliness, decency, humour. You know me, having a laugh. I'm reading what somebody in the RAF said about a Chinook. It's a signature sound. It's like a friend. It's always there and it's always beating deep into your soul, and you can't get away from it. It always gives you a warm feeling that everything's right, because all the time the engine's turning, everything is good. You can feel the sound. All the noise and vibration goes into your body, and so you are vibrating along with the Chinook. You feel every single change. Like a warm glove holding you. Isn't that adorable? Who knew that chaps in the RAF could be so very poetic and beautiful? Anyway, that's what I feel about my Chinook. So, the Fat Boy is 1500cc. This one is 1700cc. Compression rate for this one is 841. Compression rate for the Fat Boy is 891, so the compression rate for the Harley is greater, so you would think that it would be more fuel efficient, but it's not. The first time I ever rode it, probably, legally, I was riding up a hill near here, and I thought, it's like having a really tough grandpa that looks after you. And he's your grandpa, but he's still really sexy. I tell you, the world inside my head is really beautiful. It's outside. It's reality. Reality is horrid. So the Harley miles per gallon is just under 40. I think this one is 43. So more miles to the gallon for this one. The fuel tank capacity on the Harley is 18.9 litres. That's a big tank, and you can see it, and the look of it is a beautiful big tank. This one is a great big tank as well. This is 15 litres. Maybe it's something to do with the weight as well, but the Fat Boy does less miles to the gallon. I call it the Chinook, obviously, because it goes it's just lovely. Seat height, this one is 28. Well, it's not. It was 28, but I've made it about 25 or something because I'm a short ass. The Harley Fat Boy is 27 inches seat height. They both have one large 40mm carb. Generally, if somebody says something, then I call it a Yamaharley, because It's obviously based on a Harley, but it has more finesse, I think. More reliable. They're both air-cooled, V-twin, everything else that you know. They're both belt-driven as well. Obviously the Fat Boy has a much wider back tyre, back wheel as well, which gives it that sort of grand gangster look, which I do like very much. But this one is gangster enough for me. Horsepower of this one is 85 and the Fat Boy is 67. Some of these things I'm going to have to read because I don't remember numbers. It's funny how many Harley Davidson riders come up to me and say, "Oh, I've got a Harley as well," and they talk to me, and then because I'm so ridiculously Englishly polite, I don't often say, "Well, actually it's not a Harley," because then I think it might embarrass them. So I say, "Oh, okay, that's nice, what have you got?" The max torque for this one, I have to look at the figures because I can never remember numbers, is 106.3 pounds to feet at 2,500 revs. The Fat Boy is 86.1 pound to foot at 3,500 revs, so sort of similar there. I'm a great lover of Japanese bikes anyway, and I think that what Yamaha have done with this is based it on a Harley and used sort of Harley technology but refined it. So for more of a bike, I think it's probably half the price, because lots of the price of the Harley is in the name. If they say, "What Harley's that?" then I say, well, it's not. But anyway, the only other Harley that I know quite well, the other Harley that I know quite well is a Fat Boy. So what I'm going to do is do a sort of a comparison between my XV1700 2005 with a Harley Davidson 2005 Fat Boy, and we can see sort of how they compare and contrast. Right, let's go to the top speed, and that sort of, you know, I'm 5'4" and 8 pounds. 8 pounds. I would be totally invisible if I was 8 pounds. I'm 8 stone, so this is going to go a lot faster with me behind it or on top of it than with your sort of average man, who would probably be about twice my weight. But it's such a staggeringly beautiful noise. Oh, there's the most beautiful butterfly up in the barn. Anyway, which of course, you know, the weight increase is going to slow it down. Both gangster bikes, both low riding, powerful, beautiful bikes. This one isn't standard. I've made lots of changes. Well, you know, not huge amounts. I mean, you know, airbox. I've just given this a full service as well. Pipes, lowered it, changed the handlebars. I've done loads to it. You know, added stuff on, like the highway pegs. I'm making panniers for it at the moment. Mechanically, I haven't made any adjustments to it at all, just aesthetically. So I've sprayed it. I prefer a sort of semi-matte finish.
It is just you. I love attention, and yes.
I like the white wall tyres. People think the Fat Boys are difficult to ride, or, you know, the most difficult of all the Harleys. I really like riding them. That tiny little silk top is hardly warm. It is, because it's a very fine, pure silk. And I'm going to put heavy things. Oh! Let me give you a lesson in layering. I've got so many clothes on, I look vile. You all know about layering. You wear tiny, not so tiny, bigger, humongous, and devastatingly, catastrophically large. And then you can't put your jacket on. Sometimes I get so dressed up for winter motorbiking with so many clothes on that I can't put my helmet on, seriously, because I've got a top, a jumper, a cardigan, a hoodie, a scarf, my jacket, and then suddenly, instead of my shoulders being here, they're up there, and my helmet's just pivoting on the top of my head. Sort of think, oh, pants! Oh! I sort of know where I'm going to go, or where I want to go. You make so much noise. It is beautiful noise. And beautiful bike. What have I got on today? Pants! She's not actually called pants, she's called Bartleness, but I call her Bartle Pants for short. I don't know why. I sort of know where I'm going to go, but I'm so wankingly tired. How long have I had this bike? Over 5 years. I couldn't sleep last night, properly. So at 3:30 this morning I got up and started doing totally ridiculous things. Eating cheese, toast and Marmite. Drinking Coca-Cola. Wasn't very sensible. But then I went back to bed and went straight to sleep. Before I was lying in bed for 3 hours thinking, I just can't sleep. I always seem to have cuts there. It makes me feel quite tough though, because only real toughies have tiny little cuts in their plasters. And as soon as I saw it, I fell in love with it. Really, I went to go on a sort of bike road trip. I went on a road trip with someone I was going out with at the time. Looked for a couple of bikes, this being one of them. As soon as I walked in and saw it, I was going, I couldn't take my hand off the rear bumper. Well, there's only one bumper. I couldn't take my hand off it, it was just, I just loved it so much. We did go and see the other one, I didn't really want to, but we did anyway. But I was desperate to get back to the shop with this one, my Chinook, and I couldn't sleep at night. I was so worried it was going to be sold. And I love it so much. I just want you. He's gone away. What can one say when a love affair is over? To my bike. I was so shocked. I had no idea. Was somebody going to complain again and say, oh God, there's a car in a motorcycle channel? It's a fire, don't be mean. But look, I was just about to jump onto the bike and go for a ride. Actually, I wasn't. But I was thinking, I need to go in the next couple of days. And then suddenly I woke up with this! A pop one. This is going to be weird. I'm going to put my contact lenses in with you, I think, so I can talk to you. My fingers are filthy. Sophia, you shouldn't use dirty fingers. To put your contact lenses in, they have to be perfectly clean. I know. But it's all oil and I don't want to wash my hands and dry them and then do this, and I'm in a bad mood. Not a bad mood. That looks like really weird shape. Sophia, are those old contact lenses? No? Yes, I'd like to reuse them. I talk to you from the bathroom. I don't know why Teddy's done that. Teddy?